today's video, we are going to be covering the North Carolina primary election results that just happened tonight, and let's get right into today's video. Now, my primary projection was not very accurate, but we'll get to that later, especially because there are still a lot of remaining votes to be counted. First up, in the state of North Carolina, Chair Beasley easily defeats all her primary opponents as she receives a comfortable 81.1% of the vote, not as an incumbent. This was higher than my projected 70% for Cherry Beasley. And this is with 73% of the vote in. She's winning every single county by a safe margin. And the closest second place only got 3.6% of the popular vote across the state. The Republican primary, though, is much more interesting. At least this race was expected to be close. The final day polling did have Ted Budd ahead by 18. My projection was that Budd will be ahead by 22. This is still quite off, but it was better than most polls. And I did mistakenly give Pat McCrory the county Wake. Although there's only 46% of the vote in, Pat McCrory doesn't look like he's going to be able to win that county. I also gave Pat McCrory the county of Mecklenburg. That was probably going to be correct. He is only leading the county by 80 votes, but it looks like he probably will hang on to the county, but otherwise, across the state, Ted Budd is doing very well. Decisively, you can see that how many Ted Budd bubbles are here. So again, Ted Budd did better than expected in the state of North Carolina. The final race I will be covering in the state of North Carolina is the 11th District Republican primary. Representative Madison Cawthorn was allegedly accused by several women of misconduct, and it looks like with over 95% of the vote in, it looks like that Rep. Madison Cawthorn looks like he will be losing to this primary challenger, Chuck Edwards, who has received 33.5% of the vote. Madison Cawthorn only receives 31.7% of the vote. This race has not been projected, but it looks like that Chuck Edwards has been able to win this race. Now going to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has some much more interesting elections. Of course, John Fetterman was able to win the state of Pennsylvania. Earlier on, Malcolm Kenyatta was leading in Philadelphia, but it looks like that he is now trailing by about 3,000 votes. It looks like he'll likely lose the county. On Carter Lab, I expected to a Beaver and maybe Allegheny. He lost both of those counties. It shouldn't have been too much of a surprise. Those two counties I expected to be very close. It looks like John Fetterman has swept the entire state, with one county, severely speaking, has not reported. Similar on the Republican primary, Porter County has not reported any votes yet. The Republican primary results seem to be pretty consistent, as Dave McCormick has consistently led throughout the night. That being said, this lead has been shrunken. In the past hour, it looks like that Dave McCormick has been leading from a range of 5,000 to 10,000 votes. Right now, the difference is only less than 3,000 votes, about 2,500 something votes. The numbers just changed. Maybe it was a mistake by New York Times. Dave McCormick's vote number actually decreased, which is quite interesting. This race was expected to be a three-horse race between David McCormick, Mermet Oz, and Kathy Barnett. Kathy Barnett has been practically speaking eliminated with 87% of the vote in. These numbers keep changing. And Dave McCormick and Mermet Oz, I'd say this race is a coin flip. If I had to project a winner, I will give it to Mermet Oz. I think Mermet Oz will be able to narrowly hold on to this race. That being said, I expected basically all the rural counties to go for Mermet Oz. They end up going for David McCormick, most of them. That being said, I did expect David McCormick to win Philadelphia by a safe margin. He is currently trailing the county to Mermet Oz by a margin of almost 13 percentage points. Now going to Republican primary for governor, it looks like that Doug Mastriano has been able to defeat all the other candidates, including Lou Barletta. This race was at first expected to go to Lou Barletta, according to the polls, but in the end, Doug Mastriano was able to climb up significantly in the end. So it looks like that Doug Mastriano has been able to win. He is a very Trumpian conservative candidate. Lou Barletta, I'm not sure if Donald Trump actually made an endorsement in this race, but yeah, this race, Mastriano easily wins. Josh Shapiro, uncontested, will win this race. Finally, at the Republican primary for, I believe, is this lieutenant governor? Yeah, this race just got projected for Kerry Lewis. Del Rosso looks like he will win with 28.2% of the vote, just 28.2% of the vote against all the other candidates who has received 50% of the vote or less. And finally, this concludes this video. Thanks for watching today's video. And just like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.